Ladies and gentlemen, Danny DiCrescenzo, the president of MTA Bridges and Tunnels. Danny, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we come with you with a very good story, very happy story, very happy ending. On the morning of Monday, January 25th, Bridges and Tunnels, or Charter Bridge and Tunnel Authority, received a communication from the Newburgh City Police Department letting us know of a missing vulnerable adult, or like we like to call a silver alert. That alert came into our command center approximately at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Drogs Neck Bridge. We received a report that we may have made contact with that individual in that vehicle. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the officer that was directly involved, Officer Joseph Moncada.
Good afternoon. Yeah, so that morning I came to work, and at roll call they had a bulletin on a 91-year-old male went missing. So approximately 10 a.m. I posted my vehicle headed southbound, and we have a license plate reader computer in the car, which went off and to let me know that this car just passed me on the bridge. So I pursued the vehicle, and I got towards the bottom of the bridge, and I spotted him. I put my lights on. I pulled him over. Like any car stop, I was really cautious. I called my command to let them know I had a car stop. I called the desk, and it was confirmed. And I approached the vehicle, and Mr. Kakuis, he rolled down his window, and I said, can I have your license, registration? His first response was, officer, did I do anything wrong? I said, oh, not at all. He was a really nice guy, and I was like, everything is good. I just think your family members are looking for you. Nothing going on here. I'll be with you in a minute. So at that point, I called my sergeant. Actually, when I did ask him, where were you heading? He said he was going to Yonkers to help someone move. And at 91 years old, it's a little rough to help somebody move. But so I called my sergeant to come back me up, and Sergeant Rivera came, and he took it from there.
So Sergeant Rivera?
Yeah, good afternoon. So as Officer Moncada stated, he made the stop. At that point, I was just coming on. I verified the bulletin, got myself familiar with the case, and made sure the command center verified that it was accurate. That was the person, the vehicle. The desk contacted EMS, so the individual could be assessed. Make sure he was okay, not injured, in good state of mind. And at that point, I made my way over to the Clearview Expressway southbound, where we had him off on the shoulder. When I got there, EMS was assessing him. They said he was fine. Vitals were good. He good mental state. However, we did have the bolo. Obviously people were looking for him. I was in touch with the command center, who gave me the contact information for his granddaughter, and also related to her. So I became the contact for her. So we got the vehicle moved the individual back to the Bronx, to our administration building, so he could be comfortable and safe, and waiting for the granddaughter. A few minutes later, I got a call from her, Miss Munoz, let her know where we were, and that she could come over and, reunite with her grandfather. And I believe we have Miss Munoz here now. Go ahead.
Do I speak now? Oh, hi, everyone. And thank you again. Oh, my God.
Go ahead, Miss Munoz. We can hear you.
Okay. I'll just take off my hood. It's really cold. I'm going to keep the mask on. You guys can hear me, right?
We hear you just fine.
Okay, great. I just want to say that you guys are so awesome, and thank you so much for what you did. My family and I were going crazy trying to look for him, and you guys, as soon as I went to Newburgh and filed the missing report, and they, got in contact with you guys, and when I was on my way to work Monday morning, I saw all the electric bulletins with all his information on it. I was like, okay, they got the ball rolling. So then when I got here to work, I started getting phone calls. I was just here at work maybe like a half an hour, and then I took off and then went and I met you guys at the Throsneck Bridge over there. I was so happy about that. And I just want to say that, you know, you guys did this really fast. Once I went to Newburgh and filed the missing report, you guys went and started looking for my grandfather. And I appreciate that so much because he's not only my grandpa, he's my dad. He raised me since I was a baby. So it meant so much to me, and how sweet each and every one of you were to me and to my grandfather. And I just want to say, you don't really see that a lot here in New York with the NYPD. I'm born and raised here in Manhattan. So just to meet wonderful police officers like you
Thank you.
is amazing. And it feels good because they are really good cops out there. And I just wish that everybody could experience what I experienced at my grandfather.
Yeah, it was
So I
amazing.
appreciate you guys. And you guys were to the end. So I was looking for grandpa's car and I couldn't find it. And you came out your vehicle and was like, oh, the cars will be here. And how's your grandpa? I never ever experienced that with the NYPD. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And I hope and pray that, you know, we could all heal from all this that's going on, because I know there's a lot of tension. When I went, my aunt went to go file the originally, because she lives on 95th in Columbus. She went to go file a missing report because that's what she was told to do. And nobody in that precinct wanted to help her. Oh, and then my cousin had to call 911, and then that's when somebody came to her house and she was giving all the information. So she was like really upset and stuff like that. So to meet you guys and encounter you guys and treat my grandfather with respect and with the care that you did, it means a lot, because a lot of people don't experience that. And this is the first time I've ever experienced that here, coming from New York. So I thank you. And I want everybody to know that. You know, there's you guys get a lot of bad rap, but you know what? There's wonderful police officers like you that make me have hope. And I just want to say thank you again.
Thank you.
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Munoz,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Munoz, we thank you. You know, I thank Officer Joseph Moncada and Sergeant Roberto Rivera for their
Yes.
actions. And you're 100% right, Mrs. Munoz. A lot of this behind the scenes stuff, you know, doesn't get out there. So, you know, I thank the MTA and the MTA press office and yourself for coming on today. But the story doesn't end here. I'd like to introduce our VP and Chief of Operations, Richard Hildebrand, for a special presentation.
Okay.
Rich?
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Ms. Munoz, for your kind words. As the leader of this department made up of wonderful men and women, it really makes me proud to hear that their work it goes above and beyond what's expected out there. And I really do think that Sergeant Rivera and Officer Moncada downplayed their actions on that day as just something that we do every day. You know, we do several 100,000 vehicles crossing our facilities every day, and to find one vehicle is like a needle in a haystack, basically. And Officer Moncada took that bolo, or be on the lookout, that's what we call them, and he took it to heart. And he said, today I'm going to do what I can to help this family out. And I'm very proud of you, Joe, for what you did. It really went above and beyond to keep the people safe. And Rob, Sergeant Rivera, your quick response to the scene, to continue Officer Moncada's investigation, and to have the wherewithal to, you know, contact the family and do that reach back, really had this situation end properly and in a great way. So for your actions on that day, Sergeant Rivera, I hope everyone can see this. You're receiving the Tribal Bridge and Tunnel Authority's Excellent Police Duty Award. That's issued to you for helping to reunite the family with their grandfather on that day. And Officer Moncada, for you, we have our Meritorious Service Award. So you're both receiving an award bar that you'll wear above your shield and a nice certificate that you can display. We are, as a group, as a whole, as you know, the 600 or so members of service for TBTA or MTA Bridges and Tunnels, as we're called. I do thank you. I really express our pride and the dignified way you handle this situation. So thank you very much, President Pete.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rich. Well deserved. And I think Mrs. Munoz, I see her nodding up and down. I think she agrees. I see the thumbs up. So again, this was a story that had a happy ending. And I'm glad that Officer Moncada and Sergeant Rivera were on duty that day to make it happen. So,
And with that,
you know, with
President
that,
DiCrescenzo, if it's all right with you, let's just get questions from reporters who may have questions. Any reporters have questions for any of the individuals who are with us today? David Meyer. Can't see if you got the hand up, but if you have a question, go ahead.
Okay. I think I've got the whole story here, but I appreciate it. If Officer Moncada, you wanted to tell me a little bit about, sorry if you can't hear me. If you want to tell me a little bit about what was going through your mind as you approached the vehicle, and when you made contact with the man, and what sort of behavior you felt you needed to demonstrate in that moment.
Sure, yeah. So like any vehicle stop that I go through, I'm always cautious and my guard's always up. Because it doesn't matter if it's a silver alert or any alert, amber alert, you still have to proceed with caution. So I did, when I approached the vehicle, I did do that. And when he rolled down the window, even though he was 91 years old and he seemed like a really nice guy, and I still got a little nervous, but he was great. He was a really nice guy. And I looked at him and I said to myself, he's lost. Obviously he's lost. Again, that's when I called back up, and it turned out to be, he was an amazing guy. When we brought him back to the building, he was telling me about his first marriage, his second marriage. And believe me, it was amazing. It was, again, my father's 88 years old. And so talking to him, it was beautiful. And I'm so happy that I got him home with his family, because that could be my father, my uncle. But yeah, his demeanor was great. And honestly, I don't think he didn't realize he was lost. He was just going about his day. But that's it. That
All right,
sums it up.
if no other reporters have questions, you guys have covered it. We go back to Danny DiCrescenzo. Although, Ms. Munoz, anything you wanted to add or say to the officers?
Again, I am so grateful for you guys taking care of my grandpa. Like I said, that's my dad. Also, he raised me since I was a baby. And I was brought up here in Manhattan on the Upper West Side. So for them to take care of grandpa the way it's great. And thank you so much. Again, from the bottom of my heart and my family's heart, we are so grateful for you
I
guys.
believe you.
And God bless you. Seriously.
Thank you.
Virtual hug to you guys.
Sure.
I'm excited to do this for you, and I'm happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you again, Mrs. Munoz, Officer Moncada, Sergeant Rivera, Chief Hildebrand. And at this time, we'll conclude this. And thanks to the reporters and thanks to the press office and the MTA for allowing us to tell this great story that had a great happy ending. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.